Now, I thought this was quite interesting. This is some footage from 1975, and believe it or not, I actually recall seeing, it was in the newspaper, I can't remember if it was on the front page or not, but I distinctly remember it, and I actually kept the clipping. I don't have it now, but being interested in the subject from an early age, I kept the newspaper clipping, and the newspaper clipping said, "The first real flying saucer, and it's British." So let's just have a look at this. You can see people like Ben Emlyn Jones are probably wringing out their underpants at the moment. Yeah, the Sky Ship, it was called. Now, this is a model, obviously, but actually, is this a flying model? Now, see the bit at the rear? You see, anything made by us, it's like the Kelvin UFO, anything made by us is going to be designed to fly through air and not in space, and it's going to have that sort of structure at the back there for stabilisation and manoeuvring, just like the Kelvin UFO, Kelvin UFO. Actually, that is designed to fly. It's got an aircraft registration on it. Now this is 1975, remember? So this is the dawn of the drone age was way back then. It's interesting that it's designed to look like the sort of flying saucer that you get in UFO reports, isn't it? It's got these oh, I don't have my nice mechanical pencil. Still, this will do. It's a bit fat, this one. This is from some sort of presentation. Anyway, this was see these all round the edge here. What on earth would they want those on there for? Unless they wanted it to look like the sort of flying saucer that appears in UFO reports. So there we go. That's only a short one, but I just thought that was interesting. So if they were making things like that back in 1975, I would say that and test flying them, obviously, because we saw it flying out of the hangar. Then how many of these UFO reports are going to be people seeing this sort of thing? People playing around with large flying saucer lighter than air vehicles. I'll see if I can find any more information about this British Sky Ship. Yeah, apologies for this. This is one of these annoying websites. You click on something and all it does is keep replacing what you're looking at with ads. Now, I don't know how these sort of sites make money, because you know, normally I will just leave the site when it starts jumping around and flashing up bloody adverts for Jeeps and everything else. Okay, but anyway, let's just see what this is. Geordie engineer who built a real flying saucer, and pretty much similar to the other thing. It was on April 17th, 1975, when the crowd of journalists, should be one word, present in a massive RAF hangar to witness, who wrote this, an amazing sight, a flying saucer taking flight. Now, I think this was, yeah, with grammar like that, it would have had to have been done in the 21st century, really, wouldn't it? It would have to be written in the 21st century. Okay, and we have here a still. This looks like a still to me from the video we just saw. So you can see there's the Skyship. And there's a couple of people down there in the bottom left-hand corner, just for scale. And that's it hovering in the old R101 hangar. Just read a bit of the text if it's worth reading, if it's reasonably intelligible. It was on April 17, 1975, when the crowd of journalists present in a massive RAF hangar to witness an amazing sight, a flying saucer taking flight. At the flick of a switch, the 30-foot saucer lifted off and rose to at least 30 feet in the air, its white, shining skin reflecting the television lights of the onlookers. Yeah, I would have been on TV, of course. Oops. They're really unfriendly, these bloody online things. This is the Chronicle Live. But this wasn't a close encounter of the third kind. It was the launch of Skyship, an ingenious craft designed by Hebburn-born John West and built by his team of engineers. It was basically a saucer-shaped airship filled with non-flammable helium to give it lift. Although this demonstration aroused great interest around the world, especially in the USA, where the military studied it, the project never really took to the air. I think if the US were sort of interested in it from a military point of view, they may have made a couple of these. I don't think it's inconceivable that they would have test flown them. And they may very well have been spotted and reported as aliens! The aliens are coming! The fact that it was taken seriously at all was down to the pedigree of its designer, Geordie John West. Does pretty good salmon as well, doesn't he? Designer of one of the most iconic ships ever built, the SS Canberra. John was planning to build a saucer-shaped craft measuring some 700 feet. Actually, that's a bit of a diversion, isn't it? So it's pretty diverse from designing a big ocean liner to a flying ship. John was planning to build saucer-shaped craft measuring some 700 feet in diameter, which would be powered by 10 Rolls-Royce engines. They were expected to fly at speeds of 100 knots at around 6,000 feet. They would have carried a wide variety of cargo, such as containers, vehicles, as well as passengers. Militarily, Skyship could, in a single lift, carry 2 infantry battalions of 1,600 men, 70 small vehicles, 14 large vehicles and trailers, and about 100 tons of stores, the equivalent of 105 individual aircraft lifts. Would be powered by 10 Rolls-Royce engines. They were expected to fly at speeds of 100 knots at around 6,000 feet. Well, flying at 100 knots at 6,000 feet, being 700 feet in diameter, going to be very, very easy to hit, aren't they? If the military used those, the enemy would find those extremely easy to shoot. I can't believe they even considered this. It'd be very easy for the enemy to shoot them down and losing an awful lot of assets in one go, aren't you? 70 small vehicles, 14 large vehicles, and 1,600 men. All inside one of these 700-foot diameter discs, flying along at 100 knots at 6,000 feet. I mean, that would be like to a modern military aircraft. I mean, shooting one of those down, it'd be like shooting, I don't know, it'd be shooting fish in a barrel, wouldn't it, really? So why they would even consider that is beyond me, quite frankly. If I was in the military and someone presented this proposal, I'd say, do go away and bring me something realistic, Jenkins. Yeah, okay, anyway, on with the article. John West made his name when at the age of 27 he designed the 45,000-ton luxury liner SS Canberra. So at the age of 27, crikey, he was a very young guy to be designing a big ocean liner. The Canberra was used in the Falklands War as a troop ship, wasn't it? Anyway, it does go on to talk about the SS Canberra, but not really interested in that. Not being interested in ships as such. But that sounds pretty impressive to me. I don't know how... what would he be, a naval architect maybe? But there you go, and he probably, I don't know quite what his motivation might have been for making this, but I would think that it would have absolutely zero commercial application. Although, having said that, you know, if it's a non-military thing and people aren't trying to shoot the thing down, it might be a cheap way of moving a fair amount of cargo up and down the country if you're not in a particular rush. So that'd be, what, 10 or 20 times faster than an ocean ship. You wanted to move 100 tons of stuff, maybe? Don't know. There are people that obviously think these commercial airships are viable because there's a huge flying arse that's being developed at the moment, and we'll have a quick look at that in the next clip. I don't think it's called the flying arse, but you'll see what I mean when you see it. Oh yeah, I found another thing here that's quite interesting. And written by some engineers, structural analysis of an engine chassis for a disc-shaped airship. Now, what do I do with a pen? Anyway, what is bloody annoying with images on Google these days is you used to be able to just click on the image and get a big image. Now you click on it and it just goes to this, and there's no image at all. So it's really bloody frustrating. I don't know why they muck around with these things, because the way it was initially was so much better. But there you go. There's another disc-shaped airship. You can see it sitting on a big inflatable hemorrhoid ring there. So it sort of makes sense, doesn't it, really? If you're mucking around with a flying saucer, you'd stick it on a big inflatable hemorrhoid-type ring. Because if the thing has no extendable landing gear, it would be rolling around all over the place if you tried to put it on a flat surface. And you can see how big it is compared to the two guys there. And this is also quite old as well. So this looks like a different vehicle. So this hasn't got the circles all around the edge. This has got rectangles all around the edge. So people were playing around with the man-made flying discs, or have been playing around with man-made flying discs for a very, very long time. And there they are again. Let's just see if there's an image of the this latest thing, the sort of flying arse. Oh, there you go. There it is, the flying arse. And this is what's being built these days as a potential transport airship. Considerably larger, as you can see, and you can see why it's referred to as the flying arse. But to be honest, I don't think this is ever going to work as a practical commercial flying vehicle. I could be wrong, but I really don't think so. All right. Well, I think have we got a better picture of the? Oh, go away. Got a better picture of the flying arse before I leave this. Oh yeah, there you go. The flying arse. Oh, that's right. It's called the Airlander. There we are, the Airlander. That might be an artist's impression, that, because it's actually shown flying. And I really don't think it's going to be a commercial viability, personally. All right, well, I think that'll do. Short video, but I thought you might find it interesting. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll catch you again.